Hi, hello, welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic, my favorite video game, my favorite RPG game. Today, as usual, we'll be tackling the issues of the world, being not doing them at all, because that's what this playthrough is all about, not doing side quests, or at least as little as possible. But, very important thing that I wanted to start with and almost forgot completely about is... let me just pull it up. Right, last time I asked should I sell the ragdoll serum to any of the parties interested in it, and the response I got was drug dealing is a waste of time. This is a sentence to live by, really, kids. Don't deal drugs, because it's a waste of time. Not that it's immoral, bad or addictive, it's that it's a waste of time. Right, so we're back in the sewers, where no one really has anything to do. Do I have solo mode on? No, probably not. In the sewers, there's nothing going on. Fortunately, other than filth and stink, it's right after May the 4th, so happy May the 4th, May the 4th be with you. Due to Star Wars, there is Star Wars, so this episode and also the previous episode I had. So the May the 4th is sort of surrounded by Star Wars videos on my channel, as usual. Yeah, last time I played, just before May the 4th, I played The Force Unleashed. There should be a cutscene here, maybe, only if I use it. It's fine. Yeah, The Force Unleashed, and now it's Knights of the Old Republic. It's hard to decide which one is a better choice, but of course, I already know the answer. It's of course Knights of the Old Republic, because it's a better game. It's as if I said that this one is my favorite. And not only that, but also because of the May the 4th, they being... shit, how am I gonna squeeze myself through? I guess this way. That went well. Right, now, so, don't aggro him mission, as usual. You're failing at the only thing you're good at. Sneak attacks. What? And as usual, regular attack, but I guess that's good enough. Oh yeah, also, yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna talk about builds much, I don't think. It will come in its own time. Right, we're waiting till she's hurt enough. So, on May the 4th, there was the last Clone Wars animated series episode released. And which way should I go? It's like a maze that loops all over on itself. So whichever way you'll go, you will stumble across something, and also end up at the other, well, where you started, really. So it's not like there's much difference where I'll go. But anyway, so the final episode of the Clone Wars series has been released, and I didn't like it too much. Well, so the big deal with all this is, I hope I'm not stumbling across or into Zolbar right away, because that would be boring. Oops! It's ragdolls! They're also in the sewers as well, because they haven't been seen in too many places just yet. Right, this one should be behind well enough. Was 12 good enough? It wasn't good enough for me. Alright. Micromanaging mission, as always. Fucking children always have to babysit them. Hit it. Right, so... the 7th season of... oh, what could it possibly be here? Promised Land Journal? It's as if it's real. Well, we're not gonna get into details about that. Not really, not now. Yeah. The final season, the 7th season of Clone Wars, was supposed to be the final, of course, but it was started to be developed. Or have been started to be developed. They were working on it. And the deal is, it wasn't good enough. I mean, they pretty much ran out of funding, and Disney or whoever was in charge back then, Lucas, decided, nah, we don't really need to keep going with that. but they really had like a solid start. Like they already had T-poses, all the sceneries and shit, even voices already dubbed in, I think. But they didn't have animations, polish, maybe textures even, but definitely not lighting. So it was very in a very rough state, in a very unfinished condition, but it was still very much readable, watchable. You can still get the story out of them. Oh, and out of all the people that I would want to get hurt, like a tank or a sneak master here, my main character got beat up, and they're the most wounded now, and they're the characters. They're the character that I don't want to level up right now. Which way do I go and why? This way. This way is a dead end. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, they decided to stop with season 7, and what season 7 was about, from all the unfinished episodes, was the Bad Batch arc, where one of the clones got captured and then disappeared before, and then we were introduced to this special operation force made out of clones with weird mutation that don't make them the same as everyone else, but they're useful, so they are a team. And the adventure leads us to some place where we deal with problems made by algorithm predicting the strategies for the Republic, for the separatists. And we don't like that because our heroes are Republic, so we need to shut them down. And people involved, which is the regular clones in the story, in the episode at least, say that it all seems plausible that one of their comrades that got killed in the previous episode might still be alive. She might gonna get killed, so it's time to level up. Yeah, not only either it's gonna be well, so I'm not really sure. Of course, I'm being pelted, or my stats really get down when it comes to getting the Ragul disease, but I'm not sure, and my health gets green, but I'm not sure if I actually get periodical damage from poison. I don't remember, I'm not sure. Probably, I think so, but anyway. So Bad Batch find that actual supposedly killed clone, but the clone's alive, of course, and he's got like cybernetic implants to substitute what he's missing, pretty much. And he's different now, right? And he's different, so the arc is to find your fallen comrade, and that he'll find a new life with people that he didn't know before, but he understood that he's as different as they are, so he'll join them instead of the regular clone army. Security, of course, stealth, of course, because that's the only thing she can do, reliably at least, treat injury, and then what? Awareness, repair? Nah, I can't be serious. Not that it matters much. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So there's one arc. The other arc in the unfinished episodes was that Sneak Attack 3 now is gonna be better. Finally. Sneak Attack. The other arc was that... What would I want to pick now? More skills or more attacks? I know I would want to finish... Well, get this line of feats, because the more attacks, it's one attack and you got additional hit roll, so with this you can deal more damage with sneak attack, but it's starting from 0, so I'm not sure. Do I want this or that? I already have this started, so why not? Fuck it. It's not like I said in the previous episode way at the beginning that I'll be min-maxing and making optimal builds for my characters, right? So that's fine. Right. So I just need like a few more feats anyway to be done with this. So whichever, it'll be fine. I'm sure. Like, it's always fine. It's only not fine up to the very final boss. Anyway, so she's healthy now, isn't she? Yeah. Karth doesn't need that help. We don't need these attacks either. We need her to start running like a little girl, because that Ragul needs to get aggro from someone else. That's good enough. Alright, so... no, they're not dropping anything ever. Yeah, so the other arc is that Anakin, and I think Obi-Wan as well, get somewhere for some reason. They crash land and they stumble across a massive crystal. Kyber crystal, I think, but it just might be any other crystal. I'm not really clear on the details when it comes to crystals in this universe, even though, you know, I like fucking Star Wars. But yeah, they stumble across a massive fucking crystal, and they don't know what to do with it, and they're being chased by someone or some party, and they shoot at them, and they shoot the crystal as well, and the crystal seems to not only amplify the power of the laser, but also multiply the laser beams. So it turns out that it's dangerous pretty much if used improperly. So they decide to take it back to the Republic, and we all know that ends up being a linchpin to the whole Death Star plan. So it is, yes, it's a crystal that's going to be used in the Death Star, or in the Death Star. Also, apparently they found more of them because they built another Death Star with the same capability, if not more. What? Anyway, not you. So this one's dead, okay. This one's dead as well. Karth, you can just tank it, right? Well, almost. Probably won't be able to. I mean, won't be able. If you only manage not to die, it will be fine. And it's fine. So that's the two arcs. The Bad Batch and the massive crystal for Death Star. But in the finished series, not only the series once it's finished, the director, or I think director, that would be the position, the executive position who decided about everything. Hold on, who makes all the decisions about the show? Decided they want to finish Clone Wars on their terms instead of whatever Disney decides, and of course Caitlin Kennedy. Whoever decides to ruin Star Wars some more, whichever way, they decide to end it on their terms. That's why the season is shorter. I guess that's why they also dropped the Crystal arc. But instead of Crystal arc, they spent more time, or developed Ahsoka more, where they focused more on her and her story and how she deals with the problem. It isn't bad, maybe, but considering that I expected the Crystal arc to first off exist and then also be finished, I wanted to see that, and I didn't. So it's a pity, I think, and maybe it ended up on cutting room floor, especially since half of the reason of this season is to finish the Clone Wars once and for all, and also from the last 2 episodes in the series. It turns out, or it seems like, what they were really on about, at least at the end of the series, is to try to link all the threads. Let's level up Karth, because that seems like a dangerous moment for him, and I don't wanna. Well, he could get up, but then also he would have to get healed from then, and there would be a waste of time to just wait for him to heal up, regenerate on his own. So, 1 skill point. Karth, you're useless. Fire. Can't pick that one. Require level 8. Which level do I have? Fuck if I know. Can't pick this. That would have helped him as well. What else could I pick for him? Dueling? What is this? Melee weapon. It's a focus? Okay. So we don't want that. What is this? Dueling? There's hardly any feet left for him, because we're not gonna give him anything other than 2 blasters. He's already maxed out in blasters, of course not. We could give him more fighting options, or maybe make him more of a tank. But then again, we're gonna have more creatures in our party fulfilling that role, and that wouldn't require him to use that. With melee weapons, it's really, at this point you can just pick something, but it's never like, in this game there's never like a requirement for one feat to use a completely different one. Like if it would be in D&D, where you, I think, I don't know how it's called, a split or something, where one attack allows you to make another attack under the condition that you kill the previous target. If the last hit on the target is the one that kills him, you get to do another attack for another creature, and that requires power attack and base attack bonus of some level, I think, but none of this here. So fuck if I know what I want to give him. Saving throws. Treat injury. Critical hit. With the melee as well. Let's give him flurry. Because I don't give a fuck. Yes, flurry. It's a good feat. Other than having your defense being lowered. How's my alignment? Very neutral. Yeah, we'll get back to that. So yeah, cart is alright now. But mission, of course, not really helping much. Yeah, so what was I on about? What exactly did I interrupt myself on? Crystal Arc, Ahsoka, they made... Sure. Let's just go from whatever I can remember. So, they focus more on Ahsoka, because... hey, hold on, no, don't do that. The default action here is to just disarm the mine. Disable disarm. But I really want to recover it. It's not that... I could sell it, I could use it later, but... one way or the other, I want that mine. It's one way to get money in this game. Any money. So, let's see what's behind these doors. Are they being friendly with ragdolls? No, they're just weirdly animated. Alright. So, it feels like the last two episodes in the series seems like they're really desperate, and really desperately trying to connect loose threads introduced in other pieces of media or lore, or after Caitlin Kennedy ruined everything, essentially. Mission. Sure. Position yourself. Mission. Get in the position. Where the issue is they're trying to link everything and essentially create precedence for... Come on, someone aggro him. There's someone... No? Okay. Someone aggro him. Yeah. That's why mission is just perfectly fine and the best damage dealer in your team. Because you need to position her, but there is no taunt option because it's not an MMO. So no one ever can. And you have to babysit her all the time. There we go. There's one more, and it's an elite. Mission, get up. I think one of them could... no, sure. Don't try to attack him. I think one of them drops an axe. Eventually. Eventually. And he doesn't even really notice. Right, so anyway. It seems like they're trying to connect the loose ends or join up with the weird lore that has been created in the latest movies, like holding the laser blast with the Force, which is what Kylo does at the beginning of the new movies. And so they... Oh shit, that's a lot of fucking stuff here. Zalbar's bowcaster? What could that possibly be? Is it that we're actually near the place where they hold Zalbar? Yes.
This is one of those old-style manual locks. No computer codes or nothing. The sewers is the only place you'd see one of these on Terrace. You can't use conventional security spikes on these old locks. But don't worry. I've come across them before. I've rigged up a little device that should do the trick.
She's talking about tumble and pin and tumble look? You're a sight for sore eyes, Mission.
I'm glad to see you too, Big Z. You didn't think I'd forget about you. Mission and Zalbar, together forever.
Who's that with you?
These are my new friends, Big Z. Without them, I could never have got you out.
Yeah, so are we nice to the carpet? No, there's no need. There isn't anything he's got that we want. Being nice still, no. But the third option, as usual, is what's very interesting. So, is there some kind of reward for freeing you? You know the language of my people? That is rare among your species. I'm impressed. You have saved me from a life of servitude and slavery. There is only one way I can ever repay such an act, and I will swear a life debt to you.
A life debt? You sure about that, Big Z? Think about it carefully. You better be sure about this.
I am sure, Mission. This is an issue of great importance to me. Because of our great physical strength, wookies are being used as slave labor, something. They see us as brutes and animals to be exploited. Over the years, slavers have taken many of my people. We must always be on guard, and something. When the Gamorreans captured me, I thought I was doomed to a life of servitude. I have been served... Ah, shit.
Big Z swearing a Wookiee life debt to you? Wow, this is major. Do you realize what it means?
Let me guess. It means I got a walking carpet follow me for the rest of my days. Or, I always wanted a Wookiee slave. Because that's really... yeah, so let's not antagonize him just yet. Or maybe let's. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It is some kind of loyalty vow, isn't it? But that's just very plain, right? Anyway, so by the way, this is a very... what's the word? Expositional presentation. It's just an exposition of what a life that is. They had to insert it in some media, Star Wars media, for you to understand. So he just goes on about not only what a life that is, but also why it exists, as if we really care. He could say, I'm gonna vow my, or swear my life to you, and I'd be like, isn't that a little bit too much? And he'd be like, it's, I don't know, or I swear life that to you, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? And he says, I'll be forever in your gratitude and I'll follow you around, essentially. And then you go, oh, alright, I can always use a muscle. So if that spontaneous talking to myself resulted in any representation of what I would say, and being sarcastic anyway, I'd go for number 3. Maybe not outright a Wookiee slave, but yeah, let's go with the carpet. Let's poke fun of the massive fucking monkey.
Hey, don't make fun of the life debt. This is serious business, you know? A life debt is the most solemn vow a Wookiee can make. It means he'll stay by your side for the rest of your life. Wherever you go, whatever you do, Zalbar will be with you.
In the presence of you all, I swear my life debt. Forever after I will be by your side, Torek. May my vow be as strong as the roots of the great washer trees of Kashyyyk. So yeah, again, if you didn't catch, or pretty much wasn't able to read Wookiee dialogue fast enough, mission is here to expose the same informations again in common, or at least English, for you to catch up and understand. I'm fine with Wookiee following me around. Look at me. I look like I'm sick, not just wounded. Let's be sarcastic, because that's a good way to mask your true feelings. I don't suppose there's a way I can get out of this.
Sorry, but there's not much you can do about it. Zalbar's already sworn the life debt, and it's not something they can just take back. This is a sacred, irreversible vow.
Words are cheap.
Stuck with me too. Wherever Big Z goes, I'm going. I almost lost him once. It's not gonna happen again.
Great, a Wookiee and a snot-nosed punk. It's not really a nightmare. Who the fuck wouldn't want to be like Han Solo and have massive, again, very creatively, massive monkey, Yeti, great. Who wouldn't have a Yeti? Who wouldn't want to have a Yeti as a friend and intimidate everyone around? That's a great idea. And maybe a thief? Not necessarily, but of course we're not glad, that's just another mouth to feed, so great, a Wookiee and a snot-nosed punk.
Hey, don't underestimate me. I may be young, but I'm quick and plenty smart. You just give me a chance and you'll be surprised at how useful I can be. So, I guess I still owe you one secret path into the Vulcar base. That was the deal, wasn't it? Don't worry, I know a back door into that scum den.
Just tell me how to get there.
I better come with you. The Vulcars put up a force shield to keep the sewer dwellers out. I'm one of the only non-Vulcars on Terrace who can get you past it. I can't remember exactly how to get there, but I know it was somewhere here in the sewers. Over to the northeast, if I remember right. I just hope the Rancor monster isn't still there.
So, do you know what a Rancor is? You should. So, Rancor? What is Rancor? Are you serious? Whoa, nobody said anything about a Rancor monster. A Rancor monster? Good, I'm spoiling for a fight. There isn't really much fight with the Rancor, but we'll be trying something weird with it. Yeah, I didn't really sign up for fighting Rancors, so No?
There used to be a rancor monster that made its nest in that part of the sewers.
Made
It
its
likes to eat
nest?
anything it can get its claws on. That thing is huge. Luckily, rancors aren't too bright. I was able to sneak past it before, so I'm sure we'll figure something out. That is, unless you want to change your mind.
If you can get past the rancor, then it shouldn't be a problem for me. And it's not gonna be, because first off, here's a tip for you. You should use sneaking ability with mission to deal with the problem. But yeah, that's not really an option. We can't go back and not finish the game. I already started, so we're this deep in this. I'm not afraid of any rancor, yeah. No, I'm not, but there's more funny line in here, so I'm gonna pick that if, like I said.
Okay then, off we go. Well, like I said, somewhere to the southeast. Just look for the force shield, and we'll know we're there.
It's as if we already been there. Zal Bar has joined your party. Remember, you can only have 2 party members with you at any time. The others will wait for you back at the apartment. So we're at this great opportunity to talk about it in the next episode because it's getting late. But you can switch party members using the party selection screen, as accessible by left-clicking the party selection button while on the map screen. This button is disabled in areas that are considered dangerous. Left-click this response to go to party selection. So we want the skill monkey. She said she's gonna stay, and we're gonna pick up Zalbar because he's useful as well. His class is Scout, but you should pretty much treat him like a soldier because he's big and strong and also has a lot of hit points, so he's a great tank and not a scout. So Zalbar is going. Also, he'll tank better than Karth, I think. Right, so that's our team, and we're gonna level him up at the next episode as well. But to finish this episode, I'm gonna finish my thought, which was all about how those two arcs in Star Wars, Clone Wars end. So the last 2 episodes seem to create a, what would it be, or maybe 3, a precedence for everything in the new movies, like mind probing, where Maul probes clone's mind in. It's a forced interrogation essentially that shows up in the episode 8. He creates a precedence for pushing blaster bolts off or away to not get hurt. Maybe not stopping them in mid-air, but like a step removed, step away, step further from just moving your hand up and tanking the hits with your hand like Vader did. And of course Maul needs to escape so he can be present in Solo, a Star Wars story, and also in Star Wars Rebels. And also we need to finally get to the moment when Anakin turns to the dark side. And I didn't like the final episode because
Hey, Big Z,
shit.
we gotta do something about your breath. I didn't want to say anything, but it's bad. Worse than usual, which is hard to believe. In fact, now that I think about it, your breath has been pretty rancid ever since we rescued you from those Gamorrean slavers. What'd they feed you, buddy?
They didn't. I wasn't their guest mission, I was a prisoner. Don't think they cared much for what happened to me. If you were supposed to be sold off to slavery, they should have kept you fed.
That's terrible.
But you know, cartoon evil.
Get your 8 square meals a day. I'm amazed you didn't pass out from hunger.
I did manage to take a chunk out of the arm of a guard that wandered too close to my cage, but it tasted awful, so I spat it out.
Ew! No wonder your breath is so bad, Big Z. Gamorreans smell like bantha poodoo. We'll have to pick you up a toothbrush to clean that stench out of your choppers.
Wookiees do not brush their teeth, mission. It just isn't done. What accumulation will you use on me next? A comb? You know, we could give him...
Okay, relax. No toothbrush. Sheesh. Just try and eat something else to cover up that smell, okay? Stay away from anything that's smart enough to lock you in a cage this time.
I'll take care of it as soon as I can, mission. For now, let's stay focused on the task at hand. So, what we could give him instead of a toothbrush is those dog teeth cleaners sticks that they chew on and rub their teeth against, abrasing them, so cleaning them essentially. How about that? Would you like a bone to chew on instead, Zalbar, instead of toothbrush? Would you like to be civilized or be a fucking animal? Yeah, that. So, and the last episode, we're almost done. Maybe let's make the distance so at least it'll look like I'm not standing in one place. The episode is gonna be a little bit longer, I guess. There's that, I guess. Alright. So, yeah, we're gonna be leveling up you later on. The last episode has us finally getting the transition where Anakin sort of, what would you say? How would you call it? Does too much, makes the transition, commits the unspeakable, and you know, the scene where Samuel L. Jackson shows up to arrest Sidious Palpatine, and he resists. So there's that. Well, there's no enemies here, and there's only a mine. Yeah, that scene, and it's presented like a vision, but in the end, yeah, Maul just escapes. We just have to make it so. Here, a droid. We're not going to be reactivating it in this state, like in these with these characters, because they're not good at it. So, see you later, robot. I'm gonna have to remember that there is one here. And here we are at the beginning. We made a big loop-de-loop, like I said, and here we are. So, something really want to finish talking about, like this final episode. What happened at the final episode that really struck me? At the end, you know, they crash. They have to escape. Ahsoka and Rex have to do their getaway. And aside from trying to make precedents for every weird shit that happened lately in the movies, we get this where Ahsoka and Rex run away, and then where they crashed with the whole ship, the Empire shows up. So the army of Republic gets reformed into the Empire. Clone troopers get different armors. It's winter there now, and Vader comes along. And this is a weird scene, because I don't know, why did they wait so long to get there? Why didn't they get there sooner? And why Vader came there? He just picked up a lightsaber Ahsoka left behind, and there was that. So anyway, thanks for staying and thanks for listening to Clone Wars, where we get more Ahsoka instead of massive crystals. Dealing drugs is a waste of time, so don't do it. And see you next time where we will be leveling up Zalbar and talking about this weird duo who really got their weapons wrong. Subscribe!